Okay, so I'm going to be going over how to attracting Taurus, um, your health, erogenous zones, and the cusp and decadence. So, let's begin. Okay, so attracting Taurus. You do not want to rush friendship or love with Taurus because they build things on a firm foundation. So they're going to move slowly towards getting to know you and things of that nature. They're not. That doesn't necessarily mean that they don't ever rush in, but they normally don't. The first move will also have to be up to you because Taurus is slow to make up their mind and they're kind of shy too. When you do make your first impression, you want to amuse them. They are shy and quiet, so if you bring out laughter from them, then they are more likely to warm up from that response and engage. And Taurus is also submissive, so it would be better if you take the lead, especially if the Taurus is female. Taurus loves food, so if you know how to cook really well, or then cook them a fantastic meal. If you're not a great chef, then go to a restaurant with well-cooked food and get some wine. If the conversation starts to lag, then talk about money or talk about things you've accomplished in life or your prized possessions. And whatever you do, don't monopolize the conversation, especially if Taurus starts talking, because they do not like to stop. So now let's move on to their health. The part of the body ruled by Taurus, and for this portion, this also goes for Taurus rising and Taurus moon as well as the sun. So the part of the body ruled by Taurus is their throat and neck, which includes the vocal cords, the palate, and tonsils, and thyroid gland. You are vulnerable to colds, coughs, sore throats, laryngitis, swollen glands, stiff necks, and minor injuries around the neck. You can also get tonsillitis and earaches. If your thyroid gland is not working properly, then you will gain weight. Thus, if you are a Taurus and you start gaining weight unusually, then you may want to have your thyroid gland checked out. You may also suffer from back strains as well. Diet and health tips. I'm going to really suggest cayenne pepper for those sore throat times and abuse of immunity. All you have to do is get like the seasoning or the spice, whatever you want to call it, on the seasoning aisle, and put it in some water. It doesn't have to be that much. You want to gargle it a couple of times, like you want to do a few swishes of gargling, and then on your last swish, like your fourth or fifth time of doing it, you want to swallow it. Because it's an immune builder, because it builds your immunity, I normally, and you can also do this, Taurus, I put cayenne pepper in my eggs in the morning. You can also use it on hamburgers or whatever, just as long as you're getting it in your system, and it'll help those swollen glands and everything like that with the throat and even allergies if you suffer from those. A diet in low starch, fat, and sugar is best for not gaining weight. You need to exercise, and that just necessarily doesn't have to do anything with your love of food and the possibility of you gaining weight. You need to exercise because that'll keep you from being lazy. You do have a tendency of just kind of wanting to relax and lay about. Your cell salt is sulphate of sodium, and I'll put that in the description link because that is important. You should probably research that. Foods for Taurus which contain this cell salt are asparagus, beets, spinach, horseradish, cauliflower, cucumber, onions, pumpkins, cranberries and raw nuts, celery. Carbs seem to turn to fat in a Taurus's body, so try not to overindulge in those foods. To keep your thyroid functioning properly, eat foods high in natural iodine, like fish and seafood. Eggs, liver, kidney beans, fresh fruit, and green salads are important for your diet too. And you need to drink plenty of water. Walking is great exercise for you, and neck stretches would benefit you as well. Your erogenous zone is the neck and the throat. Turn you on a lot. So kissing, touching right there will send sexual vibes your way. If you put your fingertips underneath the earlobes and start doing circular massages from there all the way down to the collarbone, Taurus will be screaming inside for sexual excitement. To relax Taurus, you need to massage the muscles around the top of the spine, right there at the base of your head, basically, and that will put you in a deep, relaxed state. So the decadence of Taurus, there's 3. The first one is your ruler is Venus and your sub-ruler is Venus. You have strong, and the dates of these are from April 20th to April 30th for the first decadent. You have strong likes and dislikes. You are sociably charming, and many friends are devoted to you. You are kind and sympathetic. You have an artistic eye for beauty and design, and may be musically inclined. You have a love for beautiful possessions and things, although your instincts towards these possessions and things is as if the value of it is useful to you. Normally, the things that you possess just don't lay around. You are materialistic, and your worst faults are your stubbornness and a refusal to venture out into new areas. So the second decadent is from May 1st to May 10th, and the ruler is Venus, and your sub-ruler will be Mercury. Mercury gives you the ability of an inquisitive mind and a great talent for organization. You are conservative, but also possess intuitive powers that you should use more often. You are a determined worker who inspires trust in other people. You enjoy cooperation, but also need independence to set your pace and be free from distractions. Your mental powers are strong, and you can take complex ideas and make it understandable in layman's terms. You are a great writer and speaker. You might meddle too much in other people's affairs and have a tendency to forget small details. My cat is being ornery right now. But that's okay. He's cool. The third... What are you doing? The third decadent is from May 11th to May 20th. Your ruler is Venus and your sub-ruler is Saturn. You have a lot of determination and strength of character. People think of you as stable and reliable, and you are not easily deterred from your goals that you set. You have an active mind and are observant. You think about problems before you act on them. You are straightforward with people and would rather confront a difficult situation than evade it and worry about it. You have deep feelings and are loyal and protective in relationships. You are vulnerable to be hurt by other people's words because you take things to heart. Alright, and the last part of this is the cusp. So, the first cusp is from April 20th to April 24th. You are a Taurus with Aries tendencies. You are self-sufficient and determined, but also spirited and independent. You do not want to be restricted by rules. People come to you for advice. You sometimes feel insecure, but you hide it very well. People tend to think you are confident. You take an intellectual approach to solving problems. In love, you are impulsive and extravagant. May 16th to May 20th. You are a Taurus with a Gemini with Gemini tendencies. You are ambitious. Have strong willpower, imaginative, and intellectually inclined. You have an attractive personality and possess a persuasive touch that lures people in. You deal in a straightforward manner because you like to cut through the deception and secretiveness. You don't like orders. Expressing words comes easy to you until your emotions are involved, and you have a hard time expressing your deepest feelings, especially true if you are in love. Alright, so that finishes Taurus, the sun sign, or that's the sign that you know of, what most people know, because that's your birth sign. So I'm going to be going back to the rosary and pictures. I got 5 more videos on those, and then a 6th video on that's going to explain, the wise ways on how to use the rosary and pictures. And then after I finish that, we're going to move to the sun in Gemini, which would be my wife. Alright, well, you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this, and as always, peace. Have a positive day and a positive life, and have a good one. Until next time.